Attention, please.
This uploading is only for educational purpose.
No intention to infringe copyrights.
Learning English with subtitles GPITRAL.
Follow us.
In this, my darkest hour, I stand before you to honor the memory of Donnie. A man whose calling was more important than his life. A man whose life was its own message. God will take you to his bosom, no matter how late in the game. I believe the Lord took Donnie so suddenly as a sign that if we take the Lord into our hearts, he will raise us into heaven. Friends, we must now accept that we could indeed be facing the end of days. Let us all make ourselves as ready as Donnie was for the Lord's summons. The storms, the disasters, the plagues of frogs, of flies. What other warnings must the Lord deliver unto us? Let us no longer hold in stock what we cannot take to heaven. Let us use what we have, give what we have, to spread the message to our brothers and sisters everywhere. Please, let us pray.
I heard the Lord speak through you today in your strength, in your grace.
Thank you, Monty. You understand. And I think they do, but so many others, so many remain deaf to the Lord's will.
Like Pharaoh?
Yes, like Pharaoh. What did it take to bring him around? Death of the firstborns.
All fear. And that's what religion's turned into. Some guy on the street just gave me this. The news isn't any better.
Do I hear a crusade again?
I got the Penny Hall interview.
I thought her husband just kicked the bucket.
Which was my ticket in. You should have read the glowing obit my paper ran. So beautiful, Penny Hall called me herself.
I had no idea you were so devious.
And you call yourself a cop. Anyway, I tried to get her to delay it, but she insists on it. She's in mourning, but she can't shut up.
Lucky in the death of her husband.
Yeah, well, she's on the air turning your frog and fly investigations into plagues. Why not milk poor dead Donnie while she's at it? When I look at that woman, I see something very wrong.
Yeah, well, I look at this woman and I see something very right.
Yeah, sweaty. I'll get you later.
It's very sad when you realize how many lives have been lost and still not knowing where many of them are. In most cases, even who they are. Officials say it will be some time before they can put all of the pieces to this tragic puzzle together. Maria?
From here, it's almost impossible to imagine the power of a storm that has ripped multi-story buildings. These are solid concrete buildings from their foundations. These are structures...
How bad is it in Buffalo?
I think this structure's trashed and casualties are high. I've committed to every last resource I've got left.
Which is what we need to talk about. You've read the latest Weather Service assessment?
Yep, 60% chance of Hurricane Eduardo hitting the D.C. metro area. Thanks, it's good to go.
You know the policy. We need to protect the political and military infrastructure.
Yes, I know. I plan on doing some juggling.
It's not about juggling. It's about taking away from one to take care of the other.
Jim, I've got real people really hurting out there. D.C.'s hypothetical.
D.C. is also a low-lying city on a tidal river with a hurricane coming. It is the priority. Now, it is imperative that you and your people make sure the government stays online. This is not a request, Judith.
What else, Jim?
Congress has just gone into emergency recess. We're offering to evacuate families of all essential personnel who are staying behind. Your name is on that list. Judith, it is critical that you can perform your function without personal distractions, or any more personal distractions. I know I wouldn't want my family here.
You don't have a family, Jim.
Yeah, well,
Duffy's family goes on that list.
I can't just add
His expertise is key to understanding what's happening and saving lives. To me, he's the single most important person in the city right now.
Okay, done. Done.
I've been staring, Billy. Staring, and I can't see it.
Cut yourself some slack, Doc. The right stuff only gave us 15 seconds of data, and Tommy and Faith didn't even launch.
You know, I ought to be able to see it even without a complete data set.
The trigger.
Damn straight. There's got to be some correlation in the data, in the pieces, a clue.
We're working on it. We'll find it.
Are we in a bad mood?
No.
Good. Because, I'm about to ruin your day. Jim wants us to evacuate our families until the threat of the hurricane passes.
You know, last week I was persona non grata, now I'm essential personnel. Shimmy wouldn't be here if you didn't think it was the right thing to do.
Well, I think under the circumstances, we don't have any choice.
Yeah.
Evacuated? To where?
Greenbrier Hotel. It's a military facility in West Virginia.
It's not for me.
Well, this isn't optional, Stuart. The city could be very dangerous. I need you safe.
Maybe I should make the decision for myself.
Not this time, kiddo.
Fine. I'll go pack.
Oh, come on, look on the bright side. Lyra, you'll be going with Stuart.
And you'll be staying with Judith.
Thanks for meeting me. I just need to get out of the house.
Don't worry about it.
What?
No, don't look at the camera. Lyra wanted a happy moment. Oh, he looked at the camera, Lyra.
Screw off, Peter.
Come on, car. Why don't you hop back in your limo and find someone who gives a...
If you really loved her, you'd want her to upgrade.
Oh my gosh!
Little, please!
Oh no!
Hey!
Everything all right, boys?
No trouble? They're just breaking up. He's a little upset.
Why don't you two head off in separate directions, huh?
See you on the bus, killer. I can't believe that idiot's coming, too.
Look, maybe we should elope.
Billy, would you get that? Put that back on.
I think it's hot enough.
Put the kettle back on. You're a genius. I know what the trigger is. It's composed of two elements, and one of them is us.
Us? What does that mean?
Our power plants, our cities, they're heat islands. They generate thermal columns that shoot all the way up through the atmosphere.
Heat islands. But Russ, our cities and factories have been pumping out heat for years, hundreds of years.
Exactly, that's why I discounted it.
Can I turn this?
I mean, no, forget that. But what if that column of heat that was powered by all of our air conditioners, our cars stuck in traffic, not to mention the 5-year record-breaking heat wave that we've been having? Now, what if all that heat rose up and it hit something really cold? Ever hear of the mesosphere?
Yes, it's the highest part of the atmosphere.
Right. It's above where planes fly, where the clouds live. It's cold up there. It's really cold. It's like minus 150 degrees. And it's not supposed to come into contact with where we live. But I think our greenhouse gases have pumped enough energy into the mesosphere to destabilize it past the tipping point.
What happens if it tips?
It falls. Now, I think chunks of mesosphere falling all the time, they largely go unnoticed, unless they collide with a thermal column. And when that happens, you're going to get an enormous thermal differential. Instant tornado alley. Now, when you add genuine bad weather, that whole thing ratchets up 2 or 3 orders of magnitude.
Can you prove this?
Now, Chicago storm's moving northeast. One of these thermal columns is going to hit a fallen chunk of mesosphere, and when it does, we're going to be there to record it.
If you're going to guess, where would you say it's going to hit next?
I bet everything on New York.
There are 20 million stories in the naked city, but our story makes the rest irrelevant.
The sky really is falling.
As Washington prepares for the arrival of Hurricane Eduardo, first responders have been put on high alert. Moments ago, a White House spokesman assured us that all precautions are being taken to assure that government services continue.
Oh, look, your best friend Pete, guess he's going too.
Yeah, I'm thrilled.
Now listen, it's only for a few days, right? When you get back, these storms are over. You and me are gonna spend a lot of time together, whether you like it or not. You be good. Take care of yourself, okay? All right?
Bye.
Bye.
Don't worry, Dad. We'll be fine. Say hi to your storm for me.
Take care.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Keep your head down.
Yeah, Dad.
Well, I thought you might like to catch up. You always say you can't be a decent engineer if you don't stay on top of the latest developments. You're gonna have plenty of time.
I don't know, Ross. Maybe it's good. Give us a chance to think about what we really want.
Gail.
Goodbye.
Cannot thank you enough for what you wrote. I have so many photographs of Donnie, but I think you captured him as none of them do.
Thank you, Mike.
I guessed you were a believer. Have you watched the show often?
To be honest, no.
All the better. It's people like you I want to reach. Maybe you can help me do that. Let's talk.